Hello, welcome back to my Jungle Adventure miniseries, and this is the final episode. We are here right where we left off with Olga here. I just actually found out that she's apparently a child of the village, which is a trait related to Tomarang, so obviously Eve's interested in that. Unfortunately, we might have to save that for a different day because Eve's feeling like she probably has to take some action because her dad is somewhere in the jungle and she really doesn't know where. Luckily, the path has been cleared, so she can go looking if she wants to, but she's hoping that Salvadorada Adventures would send out a search party now that the area is cleared and they still don't know where Raphael and Santiago are. Now, Olga seems to have disappeared, so I think we might, oh, hello dude, travel to the resort again and see if we can have some better luck finding somebody who we can talk to. Maybe Olga will be there, maybe we'll have to find somebody else. Hopefully there will be no celebrities. They seem to be a bit of a problem here. Well, I'm not sure if Jeffrey Landgrab is going to be all that reliable, but he is the desk man, so I guess I wouldn't be surprised if the business that he works at... Does he work at a business? I don't actually know the Landgrab lore that well. I would not be surprised if this business was Salvadorada Adventures. Sure. So we will talk to him, see if we can ask if he can send out a search party. Also, drama. Jeffrey is not married to Nancy anymore. She's going to describe a new idea to him. The idea being, hey, let's send out a search party for the missing people. And we have this angry person in between us for some reason. Yeah, we have like way too many people joining in this conversation. But I honestly think that Jeffrey Landgrab is not going to be all that helpful. He is going to tell her he is sure that the guide, he's a higher up, so he can tell us directly. He is sure that the guide in the jungle will be able to find his way back. He is a reliable tour guide, and we don't have the time to go searching for him when he would likely will show up anyway. We're gonna try to explain to him that he obviously has a tourist with him, and that is our father, and he is not the greatest in the jungle, and even though Santiago is good at what he does, that doesn't mean they aren't in danger. We don't know what happened to them after the tree fell, we don't know where they went. That, doesn't seem to concern Jeffrey Landgraf that much. He continues to repeat meaningless reassurance to her that, they'll probably be fine. And they will wait for Santiago's return, and if he does not return for a while, then we will go searching. So that was utterly useless. Ooh, rainbow! So we're gonna head back to the villa, I guess. I don't really know what we're gonna do from there, but what else is there to do? Obviously, he won't listen. It is very disappointing to see that the company doesn't seem to care at all about their employees, and it's discouraging to know that her father and Santiago really do not have anybody on their side other than her. Of course, she's already decided what she's going to do next. She is going to go out there alone and find her father. So we will be doing that in the morning. And she's going to be stocking up on supplies in the meantime. Alright, so Santiago and Raphael have done a smart thing because it is raining. So they have gone inside the temple and they are making out because that's what they do. We know this. It's still raining, but it seems like Santiago doesn't really care because he really wants to take a nap in the bush. I think he just peed in that bush too. So, desperate times, desperate times. We have searched quite a lot of the area. We're starting to get less and less sure that there is other entrances that lead back to the village. Santiago's doing a nice little workout here. And I think Raphael is going to, when he wakes up, have to gift him some food because he's running out. Also, when he was trying to get into the temple, he lost his machete, so we currently have one machete. I didn't even realize that swimming gets your hygiene up, but it seems to do the trick because he is doing that now. And it's going up like crazy. I did not realize that was a thing. It kind of makes sense, but it also kind of doesn't, no soap. Yeah, he doesn't like fitness. We are not surprised about that. Let's have some breakfast. breakfast. Unfortunately, it's gonna be those grilled cheeses, but we gave him a gift. Hopefully he liked it. I wouldn't love this gift, but if it is a matter of survival, I guess it's kind of romantic if you think about it. We have given him some avocados as well, so we can eat those. Santiago has found a dig pile here, so might as well do that, and they can talk about like what the plan is after this, because they don't actually know what they're going to be doing today, because they're kind of at a loss for what to do. Santiago has mastered the art of fitness. That's impressive. I think that the topic of Eve is definitely going to come up during this conversation, because I have no doubts that Raphael is thinking about her quite a bit. He's worried about where she is now, and he's worried that she can't handle it. Santiago's a little bit confused because what he knows of Eve is, well, that girl can handle a lot. Raphael hesitates and he just says, yeah, but I mean, she's still a kid. She wants to do so many different things. Like, she wants to go to the tiger sanctuary this summer and help out with that, but it's a whole situation and it's just quite dangerous. And all of these things I just don't know if she's ready for. Well, Santiago thinks about it for a minute. Santiago says it might be worth the risk. Eve is almost an adult and she does seem to know a lot about survival. And the sanctuary. I mean, we don't know, but maybe right now Eve is back at the village and doing really well without us. Not to say it won't be difficult in Tomarang, more difficult than it is to just be in the village here, but maybe you should put more faith in her. Oh goodness, it's love day tomorrow. Raphael deep down does know that it probably would be a good opportunity for Eve, but he's still quite worried about it. He's still really worried about her. He just can't ease the fatherly worry that he always has. He honestly can't imagine that where she is right now, she is really having a hard time without him. He knows that's kind of wishful thinking almost, that she is having a hard time without him. But anyway, I think they have decided to, whether it works or not, try to break through this door here because it has been locked this whole time. Maybe there really is something that we can find here. So they're gonna try to, mostly Santiago, because Raphael doesn't really have the muscles for it, to break through this thing. Alright, so Santiago has done it. He has broken through, and Raphael has gone in to check it out. I honestly don't know why I sent him in instead of Santiago. That's my bad, but we should be getting like a pop-up for that. Raphael stumbles upon what appears to be an abandoned campsite. Clearly, the previous adventurer has been through here in the remains of a small fire in an old knapsack. There might be something valuable inside. I do not want to use my machete. We only have one. So I'll search for useful gear. He has an okay logic skill. Oh. Raphael takes a quick look at the pack and decides it's pretty safe. As he opens the pack, a poisonous scorpion crawls out and stings him on the arm. He's poisoned and in a lot of pain. Okay, so, this is not good. And they lost their only machete. But hey, this is a new area. That's fun. What in the world are we gonna do? I kind of want to, like, avoid making Raphael do anything, but we're gonna open the treasure chest because it doesn't really make sense for the story, but, like, I want treasure. And we're gonna be investigating what we can do. There are alligator waters here. And let's see, it seems like it is an island here, and it is somewhat close to where we need to be. Obviously, it's quite high up, but this is the closest we've ever gotten to the domestic areas again. So at least there's that. Although I am deeply worried about Raphael. My guess is he started laying on the ground because he knew he was about to faint because this is so scary. So, yeah, I'll just let him do that. We better hope that either Eve is going to find them or they make it back before he gets fully poisoned, because this is giving a little bit more serious energy than the other attacks that we've had. You know, he's looking a little weird and he's feeling icky. Something isn't right. This icky feeling could either go away on its own or get worse. Only time will tell. Maybe acquiring an antidote would be safest. To me, that means he will die if we don't get... I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's really scary. So... And here we are with Eve. She just jumped into the pool and then disappeared. Well, we are all packed up and ready to go, so I guess we're going to sneak through the gates. She's in her bathing suit, and I think she's just gonna remain in her bathing suit because that's what she does for some reason. But yeah, we're just gonna start looking around. Our friend wants us to go to the motive trials. No. We're kind of already in them, honestly. Sorry? Sorry? Girl, we're searching for you in the forest. What do you mean? Raphael is asking Santiago to be romantic partners. Good for them. And you're doing that right before you die? That's kind of mean, honestly. But anyway, Eve is here. I mean, I guess we'll just start with the first one that's here. Because it's been a while, maybe the overgrowth has come back. That is how the game works. It does come back after a while. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't in here. So she's just going to take a look. She's going to take a look here to start. We have 2 machetes. Hopefully we will not waste both of them. All right, she's gone inside. Let's see. Oh, I'm not going to be searching for useful gear. That's for sure. Okay, we'll search using the machete. Eve decides to put some distance between herself and the bag and slashes the bag open using the machete. A poisonous scorpion crawls out of the open bag and scampers away into the jungle. Eve digs through the remains of the bag and finds some useful gear inside. Okay, and then we're going to travel to the royal baths, and let's hope that they are there, for Eve's sake. We kind of know they aren't, but... Okay, so we are here, and for the first time it actually looks like nobody else is. So that's fun. And I think she's definitely going to notice the fact that there is a area here that she has not gone through yet. I think that's definitely gonna pique her interest. So she's going to try to get through there as well. And she lost her only machete. Okay. While blazing a trail in the jungle, Eva comes across a small group of capybaras hanging out by a watering hole. As she observes them, she notices one of them is approaching a huge swarm of bees. And the capybara doesn't notice. As much as I'd like to scare off the bees, and I really would, I'm gonna try to scare off the bees. I don't remember what her fitness is, but she's been doing fitness stuff recently. I feel like she has a decent fitness skill. Oops. Okay, she got stung everywhere. Good. But she is, now approaching this area which she has not gone. Yeah, she's gonna harvest the harvestables because I can't resist them. But I guess she'll just, like, come through the whole path and see if she can find her dad, and I keep saying her parents, as if Santiago is also her dad. It might be a little too soon for that, but also, is it? maybe he is her dad. But I mean, it's not looking like they are here. Okay, fine. We'll leave the baths and go back to the main area. Obviously, it is quite noticeable that the temple area is not locked off, but it might be from a different time. She isn't 100% sure. However, she does know for sure that this was not open before, now that she looks down this path. So we're gonna head that way, because the door was locked, so it doesn't make any sense that a tour would be going through there. It would make a little more sense if her father and her father and Santiago were looking for an exit in this direction. So Eve has walked through here, and immediately she doesn't see anything, but she does eventually see some feet poking out of the bushes. And I think she recognizes those feet. She's gonna come over and wake him up, and she's gonna be a little bit surprised at what she sees, because what in the world? She's gonna give him a huge hug, not really thinking about the fact that whatever he has might be contagious, because she obviously doesn't know what he has. But, she missed him. She's very glad to be reunited with him, and she's relieved, well, that he's alive. She doesn't quite know if he's okay. So, we're definitely gonna ask what is up with the green dots. He's going to explain what he can, and she's definitely gonna think, oh, I'm glad I, sacrificed my machete then, because if I didn't, I might have been poisoned by a scorpion like he is, and that would be a little bit hard to get out of. Santiago has heard Eve's voice and come running because he did not know that she was coming for him. I don't think there's much explaining to be. I don't think she has time to explain to them exactly what is going on outside, but she's definitely going to tell them that the tree has been cleared and they can head back. And they're definitely going to, with Raphael looking like that. What? Sorry, it just zoomed me to some random poisoned lady. She didn't even die. I don't know what that was about, but we're being attacked by spiders. These two are quite rudely heading home ahead of her. They just kind of left her to be attacked by spiders. Oh, you are an interesting couple, aren't you? So they have come back home as soon as possible because we gotta figure out what's going on with Raphael. There aren't really village people to ask about this right now because it's midnight, but I think we're gonna have to try anyway because what other options do we have? So we're gonna travel to the bar and hope we can find some help. Because I could be mistaken, but I think our most promising lead would be talking to people who are from Salvadoria and who have Salvadorian culture as a skill. I don't think I can have him ask Santiago. I think Santiago would probably be, honestly, kind of likely to know if I'm going to be honest, but that's not how the game works, so I can't have him ask him. Okay, the only person who's here is the Michelsons. I think I saw his wife somewhere around here. And, Max Greenberg, and I know both of them are definitely not Salvadorian. So maybe this guy, Sebastian, that's his name. Raphael wasn't able to fight off the poisoning, and it has progressed and gotten worse. Might want to do something about that soon. I'm trying, game. I'm trying. Oh, yeah, it does look like it's got worse. He looks a lot brighter. But it could just be the lighting. I don't know. That doesn't matter right now, buddy. Although this guy does have a crush on you, that's awkward. Well, let's try to use that to our advantage, even though that's kind of rude. Because we really need to figure out what's going on with the green spots. Ask for the antidote. Okay, that's a pretty straightforward interaction. Hey! That was rude! You do not burp on the people who you want to give you the cure for your illness. Was that you asking for the antidote, or did you just exit out? You'll need to bring me some bone dust if you want me to create an antidote. Ooh, Santiago has been collecting some bone dust. If you don't have any bone dust, I have heard a jungle named Online Retailer sells the antidote if you have access to a computer. That's stupid. Oh my god, I'm not doing it that way. Okay. Well, Santiago does have some bone dust. We can give that to Raphael so he can give it to this guy. I am so glad I collected that. We have the ancient bone dust here. Let's see if we can give it to this guy. As for the antidote, and I guess, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do because am I supposed to, like, actually gift it to him? Or I thought there would be, like, a special interaction for that. Goodbye? No goodbye. Our life depends on this. We're not saying goodbye. Sebastian, you get back here. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You better stay up here. People do not like being helpful in this bar, I swear. And they always go to this spot if they want to leave. That was somewhat disappointedly simple, but okay. Take this antidote that I made with the bone dust you provided. Alright, well, oh my, something's happening. Oh, okay. No cool animations, just gonna disappear. Okay, well, he's reeking of filth. We have to thank him, for sure, but I don't know if I even can. I guess maybe I should give him a gift or something, I don't know. I'll give him an avocado as our thanks. How does an avocado for our life sound? I'd give you more than one, but the game doesn't allow that. I'm sorry, bud. He liked it. That's nice. Okay, well, now that we are cured of a poisonous deadly disease, we're gonna head back home. And we're definitely going to be leaving selfish errata kind of sick. After getting poisoned, you probably want to leave the place that you were poisoned. As lovely as this vacation was, I think it's about time to wrap it up. It's been actually a couple days since they were supposed to leave, but obviously we had some people stuck in the jungle, so we couldn't exactly leave. So in the morning, I think we're going to say goodbye to Santiago and head home, which is crazy, because, you know, how are we supposed to say goodbye to Santiago, really? Oh, right. We didn't tell him about the cat, so he's gonna be honestly maybe too relieved to be that he's alive to question the fact that a cat just walked in on him in the bathroom, but eventually he's gonna realize that that happened, and eventually he's gonna realize that they have a cat now. Eve is being a good daughter and immediately fixing the toilet her dad broke, although I do think she's more doing that so that he doesn't freak out about the cat again. This is nice. She got a cat out of this and her dad got a boyfriend. Alright, we're gonna go to bed. It's 5 a.m., so I think we're gonna sleep in a bit. We have 4 hours left of the vacation. Okay, so maybe we won't be sleeping in as much as I thought because, you know, it's love day now. That's one thing to consider. The other is that we do not have that long left to say goodbye to Santiago. So, I mean, it's a little sad, but we don't really have the money to keep extending it. They're definitely going to have a conversation, obviously, about what's going to happen going forward, because it's going to be kind of a long-distance relationship, and we still have some things to figure out. Santiago still isn't a fan of the way the resort is being run, and he wants to turn it around still. But he did actually get an offer from the Artifacts Association, a place that seems to be impressed by his archaeology, as you can see here. They offered that he quits his job and join the association. But the catch is, the Artifact Association will be able to get him a permit to stay in Selva Dorada. Santiago is going to continue to try to preserve the natural areas here because that's extremely important to him, but now he can do so without being employed under the people he's kind of trying to fight. So they are kind of cute. I got annoyed with them when they were making out in the jungle, but they are kind of cute. He's going to be making some breakfast for everybody, and I think that Raphael is going to think a little bit, because he has a lot to think about, obviously, with both Santiago and Eve. And he just cut himself with a knife. Okay. He is pondering letting Eve go to Tomarang during the summer. He knows that she did venture all the way through the jungle to get to them, and she encountered some things, and she knew how to handle them, and she turned out pretty much completely okay, which he could not say the same about himself. So clearly, she's made of tougher stuff than he is, and maybe he doesn't have to worry about her like he thought he did. He is thinking that even though, you know, she is still his little girl, his daughter, his best friend too, she is almost grown and she seems to know a lot about this stuff and really care about it. This whole time, he was making a pretty huge deal out of the jungle, and obviously there are dangers. But as he realized from the fact that he and his daughter were faced with the same situation, which left him poisoned and left her getting supplies, became clear to him that she knew how to handle the things that she was taking on. And even though it is still a slightly dangerous job, even for people who know a lot about it. I mean, Santiago still got bitten by bugs when he was in the jungle, even though he's a pro, but that doesn't mean you have to avoid it altogether, and he knows this would be a really good opportunity for Eve, so he's going to have a chat with her when they get home about that. But I also think he's thinking, you know, during the summer, if she's out on her own and he won't have anything better to do, maybe he can come back here. And even though he's not the hugest fan of the jungle, maybe he can still help his boyfriend with his mission to protect the natural areas of the jungle. So I think because we do have to leave soon, we're gonna tell Santiago first that he might be seeing us sometime soon because it's spring break, and in the summer we might be coming back to visit him and to help him out. He's also gotten better at archaeology, and even though it isn't like the best thing. He's not the best at it. He can still assist Santiago in what he needs from the Archaeology Association as well. Until then, hopefully a long-distance relationship will work all right for them. Obviously, they kind of have been tied together, glued together since the moment they met, because they literally have not been separated at all. So it'll be a little bit weird for them, but they clearly have a spark, and I have a good feeling things are going to work out for them. And Eve is coming on over. She's probably going to end up saying goodbye to Santiago too. She didn't spend as much time with him, but she does know that he took pretty good care of, well, did he take pretty good care of her dad? He ended up almost dying, but for the most part, he kept Raphael safe, and Raphael really loves him, honestly. So, oh no, I didn't even get them to woohoo. It's gonna have to wait for the summer, I suppose. Well, alright, let's end the vacation, and we'll go home and have a chat with Eve. Alright, we are back in their dull little home, and they are choking outside because honestly, the air is awful here, which is a problem for another time. We're gonna head into their home and have a little chat. I don't know if Eve knows what her dad is gonna say. I don't think she's expecting this to be brought up right now because they just finished one crazy adventure. They don't need to talk about another one right now, or at least that's what she thinks. She thinks that her dad would be thinking. So this is gonna surprise her a little bit. But he's going to tell her, Eve, I've been thinking a lot, and I would like to let you go on your trip to Tomarang, to the Tiger Sanctuary. I have always had my fears about this, but you have proven that you can handle yourself in more ways than one, and I'm very proud of you. I would never be able to make it in the Tiger Sanctuary, and I guess I assumed that you wouldn't be able to either. Especially because you are still a kid to me, but I understand that you are pretty close to being an adult, and I think it's important for you to take the steps that you need to take in order to make that difference that you want to make and start down the path that you want to do for the rest of your life. Eve is so grateful, though she does have to admit to him that she's gonna need a lot of calls from him because she realized how much she would miss him if she went out on her own. So yeah, she is absolutely thrilled to go to the sanctuary, but she just makes sure to let him know that he will not be losing her for the summer. He will hear from her a lot whether he likes it or not. There's just one more kind of awkward conversation they probably have to have, and it's about this little guy. There are so many things that he can be lectured for, so we're gonna start by doing that because that feels like something Raphael would do. Not being mean by any means, but just being like kindly hard on the cat. She tries to explain to him, I was just really lonely without you, and the cat reminds me of you, so I adopted the cat. And Raphael isn't sure how to feel about it, but he is thinking, you know, it'd be nice if she could bring this little buddy to Tomarang with her, and she could have a familiar friend there. Eve has done a lot of things, honestly, without his permission on this trip. Some of them have caused him quite a bit of stress, but, I mean, seems like he's getting along with this guy kind of well. She's probably going to be grounded, though, for sure. So that is the end of my Jungle Adventure mini-series, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. We will be returning to my normal content very soon, my Cherry and Dead of Night series. I'm so excited to get back into them, you have no idea. But I'm glad that I was able to have this little intermission here with this series. I hope that you had fun with it, and let me know your thoughts on the pack, let me know your thoughts on the series, I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another one. Goodbye.